When we began discussing the possibility of doing these conversations on race and religion, some people in our congregation were a little uncomfortable with the idea, I think, and I believe that's probably because they were worried that it was being suggested because they thought there was something wrong with our congregation that needed to be fixed. And that wasn't the case. It was more a case of looking at the way we live, the way we believe, how we came to the beliefs we have, and how it affects our faith, and how our faith affects our other beliefs. We had a kickoff celebration to get the congregation involved, and we invited the Reverend Emmanuel Cleaver to come and speak to us. And as we talked about that Sunday, we decided that we wanted a name. And we talked about all of us as one. And we came up with the title, Let the Circle Be Unbroken, because we wanted to include everyone and everyone to feel part of the conversation. So as we began the conversations, we in our work area on church and society began to discuss what things we would want to talk about and how we wanted to make it an open-ended conversation that would allow us to talk about touchy subjects in a safe and supportive environment. Luckily for us, our pastor brought in some DVDs that came from the conference and some others that she had found, and they really led us to some wonderful questions and gave us a possibility of looking at this in a way that was a little different perhaps than we thought it was going to be.
These gestures of humanity that really radiate the fact that we are children of God, and there's an image of God in us that can mediate God-like qualities to build people up.
I think a lot has grown out of this. I think the ability to talk to each other, not on a superficial level and not with platitudes, but to talk about our deepest feelings and where fears come from and why people act the way they do and why we sometimes don't understand why they act the way they do, has let us look at each other with greater understanding and look at ourselves with greater depth. I think that it's been a wonderful experience.